Time to call it both ways. Jeff Johnson and Jeff Linder from the Gazette here. We are going to talk about boys and girls basketballs. Basketballs, plural. There's two of them. There are two different basketballs. So
yeah, a little different size.
That we are going to call it both ways, and mostly we're going to talk about the postseason, which has begun for both genders. The girls are a little further along than the boys are. You had some big schools. Lindy, I think, started last night. The 5As.
We had some pigtail games.
Pigtail, I love it. I thought that was a wrestling term.
Quarterfinal. Oh, it can be whatever it wants. Some quarterfinal games in 5A, some quarterfinals in 4A, and regional semis in 3A last night. And I think we're down to 144 teams left alive in all 5 classes total, and
around the state.
And we're about halfway done with the postseason for the girls.
So where are we at in the smaller classes? Because they started last week.
Yeah, 1A and 2A semis are tomorrow.
These are regional semifinals.
Regional semis, and then 3A regional finals are Saturday. 4A, 5A regional semis are Saturday. And then 4A, 5A regional finals are Tuesday, and 1A and 2A are Wednesday. There.
Let's go.
Let's rock and roll. I feel a little naked here without my laptop. So.
Well, if you need to borrow mine, feel free.
That's all right.
So, any huge upsets so far on the girls' side?
Nothing huge. Quite a wild finish in the Waukon Crestwood game last night. Crestwood was down a point, had the ball with 14 seconds left. They come down and score with probably 5 or 6 seconds left, and Waukon goes the length of the floor and counters with a basket at the buzzer to move on. And they'll play Davenport Assumption Saturday with a state berth on the line.
Waukon to Davenport Assumption. My word.
Yeah.
3 hours?
They're playing it at Bergman.
Oh, they're playing at Bergman.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's not
in half.
Yeah, that's not bad. They still do that for the 1A, 2A, 3A. They play regional finals on neutral sites.
All right, we'll head over to the boys where the postseason has just begun. Monday, actually, we had, as Jeff said, pigtail games, I guess, for 1A. Opening round, I think, was the official term for them. And in Class 2A, we had district quarterfinals. That would be right, district quarterfinals. And tonight, we're taping this on Thursday. We will have 2A district semifinals and 1A quarterfinals, if you get all that. And then the big schools start on Monday, 3A and 4A substates. We'll get underway then. Again, no surprises. We didn't really have a whole lot of games to talk about. Went up to Cascade, and as you know, that's just a wonderful small school gym. Brand new, pretty much brand new.
5 years or less, I think.
Love how they built it, where you walk in and then go down into a bowl to sit. Cascade played in a game Monday night and beat Bellevue, and it was the first time since then anyone could remember that Cascade had to play an actual district quarterfinal game, because they'd always been so good that the Cougars had to or got a first round bye. That was not the case this year, even though the team is 14-8, so it's not like it's a bad Cascade team by any stretch of the imagination. But should be interesting one tonight. Cascade and Iowa City. Regina will be without Ashton Cook, one of its star players, out with a leg injury from a month and a half ago. He suffered that. So, and then top seed Monticello will play as well against Northeast Goose Lake. So I think that's where I'm going to head. Never been to Monticello. I hear it's a nice gym.
It's a nice gym. It's got the big mural on the side with the panther coming out of the wall.
Is it newish?
No,
not really.
I think it's a little older. I don't think it's new since we started here.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, that would
That doesn't necessarily
that would make
mean
it
it's
old.
But yeah.
I want to throw it over to the girls now. What else you want to talk about here?
So like I said, 1A and 2A regional semis are tomorrow. I'm going to go up to I'm going up to West Union for a regional semi between Turkey Valley and Elkader Central. Rubber match between those two teams. They split in the regular season, and Central is, I think, 20-3, and Turkey Valley's 19-4, and looking forward to it. Two pretty good teams. Springville plays Sigourney at Iowa City High, because if Sigourney's going to get to state, they're going to have won at Liberty, City High, and West in their last 3 games to get to state. So we're covering those two, and up at Northland plays at LeGrand, and they play against Pella Christian, and if they win that, that'll be 300 career wins for Brian Wheatley.
Very good.
Another Northland milestone, if we haven't had enough of those this year.
Yes, we had the coaches Hilmer each hit milestones this season. So throw it back over to the boys quick. Another milestone to talk about quick. Steve Bergman at Iowa City West.
There you go.
His 600th career game Tuesday night as West defeated Cedar Rapids Prairie. His career record is 600 and 193. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good at a big school. How many of those did he where did he coach before West?
Monticello and West Liberty briefly.
Okay.
But he's got 555 of those 600 have come at West High. He has his 29th year, 18 state tournament appearances, including 9 in a row, and 6 state championships, all at Iowa City West. So typical Bergie. Had no idea after the game. He claimed that this was even that he's coming up on a milestone. Didn't really care about it.
It's good that people keep track of that for coaches.
Exactly. And got a little water bottle shower from his players after the game as he was about ready to get to the locker room, and he was sick anyway. So you combine that with Bergie being Bergie, and he was not particularly thrilled to get soaked by his by his players. If you read my story, but he's a great coach. Hard as hell to play for. There's no question about that. He demands a lot, but if you go in with the right mindset, you know that he's going to make you the best player you can possibly be, and. It was interesting. I talked to Evan Bronze, who played his first 2 years at Regina and then transferred last year to West High. He's a D1 player going to Belmont. I asked, so I mean, you didn't know obviously Bergie until last year when you transferred in. I said, has playing for him been like what you thought it would be? And after he laughed for about 5 minutes, he said he had talked to Patrick McCaffrey quite a bit. Teammate at West last year, about it, and Patrick kind of gave him the heads up and the warning that he was always going to be riding you, and if you were looking for a bunch of plaudits, that this was you're not going to find them. And he said he was honest. He goes, it took me a while and probably a lot of last season to get used to that, but he realizes that it's all for his best, and Bergie's Bergie. So, and Bergie said that there's all these rumors going around now that this might be it for him. He's 61 years old. He's retired from teaching a couple of years, and he said, nope, full steam ahead. So, unless they don't want him anymore.
I don't think that'll be the case.
I think that will probably not be the case.
And if it is, he'll find a job very quickly somewhere
I would think so. So, let's kick it back over to the girls.
All right.
What do you got?
Saturday. Let's see. Saturday will be 3A regional finals. We've got 4 in the area. They all start early. I'm going to go up to Center Point for a 3A, 4A doubleheader. Monticello against Dyke New Hartford. Dyke New Hartford's number 1. Winner goes to state. And then a 4A game, Center Point Urbana against Western Dubuque. The other 3A games, West Liberty plays North Polk at Grinnell. I think that's at 4 o'clock. My game's tomorrow, by the way, or Saturday at 4.
Nathan Ford Gymnasium, correct?
Nathan Ford Gymnasium.
Okay.
Honorary gymnasium, not memorial. He's still here with us.
He's still here.
So anyway, Monticello, Dyke, New Hartford, West Liberty, North Polk at Grinnell, also at 4. Waukon and Assumption is at Dyersville at 5. And one more 3A game, Jessup against Roland Story at 5 at Conrad, I believe.
See, I knew you didn't need a computer. You have all this right up here.
Somewhere,
right up here.
Somewhere in there, right over here.
Let's switch over to the boys for a little bit. I want to give a shout out to Nick Reid, who has a chance to I guess you call it a milestone. If things go properly for him and his team, he will have a really good opportunity to pass a milestone of 2,000 career points and 1,000 career rebounds. And there have only been 7 other players in state history to hit that mark. The last was a kid named Jeremy Deemer from Lamoni who played 2011 through 14. And then you look at the rest of the the other 6 include 3 Mr. Basketballs, Brooks McCowan, Jess Settles, and Rafe LaFrance. So that's some pretty damn good company. If he's able to get it, he's like, I think 33 points and 32 rebounds, or maybe vice versa. Away from it, Central City plays its first district game tonight against Bellevue Marquette, which will be favored, one of the regular season games. So if he can put some numbers up tonight, they'll get another game, and then he would have that opportunity, pretty good opportunity to hit the 2,000, 1,000.
What's their road look like? How far can they go?
I mean, obviously they're
is there a real big stumbling block between them and state?
Yeah, they got the second seed in their district.
Okay.
Bellevue Marquette, and then probably Edco in the next round. And Central City beat Edco twice here. Just a couple of weeks ago, they played like on a Saturday, Monday, believe it or not. Okay. But they were good games and close games. So no guarantee there. And then top-ranked Eastern Valley is the other side of the district. So, but they've been, it's been a kind of a renaissance season for Central City, 15-6. Finished third in the Tri-Rivers on their half. It's been a good season, and that was I wrote on him this morning. Hopefully you read that in the Gazette. The most important thing to him was that his team had a good record this year, and that he was able to, the senior year was filled with victories, so to speak. But still, 2,000 and 1,000, that's something else. And if he's able to get it, and he also, I don't think anybody has ever averaged 20 plus rebounds in a season. Again, and he's at that right now at 20.3. So another milestone for a really good player and a really good kid whose mom played at Edco.
Okay.
Lisa Funky. Remember Lisa Funky?
Name's familiar.
Okay. Yep, that's his mom. So
probably played 6-on-6. Had to have played 6-on-6.
I think so, yeah. Yeah. So let's throw it over to the girls. Let's talk about the Bluters Munch.
We'll talk about the Iowa women. Yes.
Okay.
That's a TV term, so we won't use it.
Okay, well, that's fair enough.
3 games left in the Big Ten. They got Penn State at home. They got Minnesota at home. They go to Rutgers. They should win the 2 games at home for sure. Rutgers is probably a coin flip. If they can win all 3, they'll be sitting 15-3 in the Big Ten. I don't think Maryland's going to lose one from here on out. Northwestern might not either. So they're definitely going to be a top 3 seed in the Big Ten tournament. And if they can win all 3 and get to maybe the semis or even the championship game of the Big Ten tournament, I think there's a really good chance that they're going to be hosting the first 2 rounds of the NCAA, which, as good as they are at home, that's got to give them a pretty nice good boost to get to the Sweet 16 again, which nobody would have thought at the beginning of the season.
So what kind of a seed would you look at right now if you were, like, say the season ended?
Right now,
what
4.
seed? It'd be a 4?
Probably be a 4, okay. Yeah. Maybe a 3, but probably a 4. Their RPI is 10, at least it was a day or 2 ago last time I checked.
Okay.
So I think they would be a 4 if the season ended today.
Very good. We did have a question, which is gender neutral.
Okay.
It was, I think it was a serious question. Went to a Limar game the other night and no pep band. Is pep bands at games becoming a extinct thing? And I would say no.
It's really hit and miss. I would say it's about 50-50 of the games I'm at as far as whether they have a pep band or not. I think you probably see them at boys' games in the Metro more than I do. But Prairie plays quite a bit. I noticed that. Kennedy plays frequently. Wash sometimes, Jeff sometimes. I don't think I've
I
heard
went-
Xavier's this year.
I went to a Northland game where the Northland band played.
They play.
Believe it or not, on a Thursday night, I went up to West Central, which has the smallest school in our area, I believe, second smallest, and it had a pep band. Believe it or not. And it seemed like, as you said, every single time I go to Prairie, the Art of Noise,
And they're
playing,
good. They're
and
good.
they make a lot of noise.
Yep.
Yes. Let's just put it that way. So, yeah, you're right. Kind of hit and miss,
Yeah.
but no, I would certainly say that there are the pep bands have played out there, or at a lot of games, at least that we've been to.
And it's hit and miss at the state tournament too. Some schools bring them, sometimes some of them don't. And I like the ones that do. I think it adds something to the game experience.
My favorite pep band is the one at IMS. They got a great pep band.
Hillcrest Academy.
Hillcrest Academy, excuse me. And I can just remember them going to the state tournament. And they got a guy that's got an electric guitar, and he's jamming to like "Crazy Train" by Ozzy Osbourne. And actually, the alumni pep band I saw too one night.
Down there?
Yes, down
Okay.
there, and they were rocking it as well. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Best pep
can't call
band.
them IMS anymore. I
best-
gotta get used to
I
that.
know it. Best pep band I heard when I was in school was at Wheatland.
Really?
Yep.
That was before Calamus came into the equation.
That was just Wheatland back then. I wonder if Cal Wheat still has a pep band. I bet they do. I think they play at Wheatland.
So I mean, when you were in high school, it was just those two were separate, huh?
Yep.
No kidding.
Yep.
I did not realize that. The school's in Wheatland now, I believe.
The high school's in Wheatland.
Nice gym, from what I can
Now,
remember.
do they still have the same gym, or do they play like in a facility that's behind the school
Yes.
now?
Yeah, it's
So
kind of
it's
like
not-
a
it's not connected to the school, right?
town-owned. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So yeah, they still had the gym at the school when I was there.
Man, we were talking. I was talking to somebody, Lindy, and you can identify with this back in our day. You go to some gyms where they were so small. There'd be like poles on on sides in the corners, so the corners weren't legit. You could barely get a 3-point shot off now.
Yeah.
And things like that.
We had a restraining line in our gym.
Did you?
Yeah, all the way around.
A lot of stages
Yeah,
on
we
one
had a
end of the
stage.
court. Yeah, the good old days, right?
Yeah. Calamus's old gym was an awful lot like Hickory's,
Really?
because they had the stands up in the kind of the lofts there, and they had a stage there on the other side. It was a lot like that.
What was the nickname? Calamus what?
Comets?
And the Wheatland Warriors?
Wildcats.
Wildcats.
I think so.
See, I don't even remember that. I remember the Olin Lions.
Yeah. Big rival of ours.
Was Oxford Junction in
Oxford
your-
Junction was around then. Pirates.
The Pirates.
Yeah.
Very good. Man, we could sit here and talk forever, but we won't bore you guys. Plus, Nathan Ford, our producer, is sick here, so
Oh,
we need to get him.
sorry, Nathan. Is he awake?
Yeah, barely.
Okay.
Barely. Anything else you want to hit before we sign off here?
We're done with the football stuff for a while. I'm sure we'll have more on that when the full schedules come out. And, it's all systems go for the tournaments, and this time next week we'll know the state field for the girls, and you'll be getting close for the boys. And 2 weeks I'll be in Des Moines. 3 weeks you'll be there.
In 2 weeks, we'll get the inevitable snowstorm.
Nah,
Which always lines up.
That's overrated. that doesn't happen very often.
Our cohort KJ Pilcher is in Des Moines right now, keeping the seats in the closet warm for us. I hope. That's state wrestling. So hit up the Gazette all week to see how your favorite guys do. Always a big event here with the traditional state tournament starting today. So. All right, at JHE Linder, at JEJE66 if you want to hit us up on Twitter. Please read our stuff. We always appreciate it. Thanks for watching as always. Thank you, Nathan. Get better, and we will talk to you next week where we will again call it both ways.
All right.